more than just this physical meat cage. It's actually it's a high vibrational vessel. It's like a spaceship. It's a temple from which we are traveling through space, through multiple dimensions, all at the same time. But because our consciousness is on a lower frequency, we actually aren't experiencing all these dimensions at once. We're only experiencing at the most 3 dimensions. And virtues is a vibration that we can tap into, that we can connect with, that will actually raise our consciousness. And once our consciousness becomes raised and our consciousness becomes purified of, say, materialistic conceptions of reality, then we can start to see things for how they really are. Because if we consider the spectrum of light, we only see a fraction of the whole spectrum of light, and that's even within the material universe. You know what I mean? So what to speak of what's beyond that, beyond the material universe, into that spiritual dimension. I mean, the material world is actually still encapsulated in the spiritual world. It's a materialistic propensity or drive that actually creates this separation from the spiritual world, that covers our spiritual consciousness. So, yeah, I agree. It's our struggle in the material world is only actually a figment of our selfish desires. Try and focus on the things that you can do in the time being. If we aren't constantly cleansing the mirrors or the windows of our soul in our deeper communication, then we'll never know how many times something amazing has come into our lives that we have undervalued just because we couldn't see it for what it is. We need to qualify ourselves. Like Srila Prabhupada says, first deserve, then desire. Because if we desire, even if we get what we desire, we'll never really appreciate or understand what it is that we've gotten, because we don't deserve it in the first place. So we need to qualify ourselves. We need to up our game. We need to step up our internal communication. If we aren't nourishing ourselves, then we won't be able to really nourish each other or others. Like, if we're feeling sickly, then how can we take care of somebody else who is also sick? So it's really about building up our own health and strength, so that we can fortify the service endeavor and attitude. Doesn't mean that we can't do two things at once, like building up our sadhana and at the same time trying to help others. Something that I'm finding is like super important for me. I have friends that I check in with every day, at least a few times a week. We've become inspired and encouraged with each other and be like, all right, we gotta do this. I can't let the team down, because we're only as fast as the slowest man on our team, right? Well, we know that in this age, that in Kali Yuga, the Yuga Dharma, the rite of passage, as you will, for the highest spiritual consciousness is chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. It's called the Maha Mantra, because all of these supreme sound vibrations, all of the mantras actually exist within this one mantra. So if we can just elevate our consciousness by dedicating some time to chanting daily, then we'll be able to, we'll revitalize our spiritual consciousness. Maybe not all at once, it may not be like a wave, but it'll be like drops, and drops of water wear away the stone. The stoniness of our hard hearts will make them soft, like butter, and then Krishna will steal it. So I think what you're talking about is the chanting. Sometimes when you're trying to meditate, the voice inside your head or the thoughts become very prominent. I heard one time that attentive chanting doesn't always mean that one is not distracted during the time of their meditation on the names. But attentive chanting can also mean that as long as we continually catch ourselves from when we drift, no matter how long we've drifted for, as long as we've caught ourselves, we bring ourselves back to the name. So the more that we pull it back, pull our mind back to the name, back to the sound, Hare Krishna, then the shorter the distance will be from when our mind drifts to when we catch our mind drifting. We just have to keep trying, keep trying to hear the name and listen intently in a prayerful mood. So that's something that we will develop over time. Even if at the beginning it seems a little mechanical, over time as we continue to associate with different devotees, there's a term called anugatya. It means like following in the footsteps and like following in the mood of particular devotees that we become inspired by, and that will bring us further and further along the path of developing our Krishna bhakti. Because prema is innate within us. Jivera Swarupoy Krishnara Nitya Das. It means that the soul, Jiva, is Nitya Das, is the eternal servant of Krishna. So it's not a matter of trying to love Krishna, it's just a matter of uncovering that. And the process of doing that in Krishna consciousness and in this Kali Yuga is the chanting. And then also, in the Sankirtan, engaging in chanting with others and engaging in serving with others.